Hey guys, Jay here. So I want to make a quick video update on the Autospark character. So in this video, I am going to show you a tier 15 map run on this over here creek with three things on it, and yeah, let's do it. So the total amount of currency that I put into this character, I think is roughly 12 divine, maybe a little bit less, including all the runes, including all the jewels, everything. And here is the result. All right. This map, by the way, is a little bit tough in the sense, even though it is a blue map, it has no. It is actually a rare map. It has the crit mod on it, so we have way more chance to be one shot. So let's just see. But overall, the gameplay should looks like this, right? And this is tier 15, so it can only be better if you just run like casually tier 10, tier 11, whatever. Lower tier maps, it will look much smoother because the monster will just instantly got shot and killed. In higher tier maps, I do believe tier 14 is still very smooth, but tier 15, maybe I just need to put a little bit more, currency into it and make the build slightly stronger, so it will reach the threshold where it can actually like one-shot the monster with the Arctic armor. I would just face tank basically everything, just basically everything. Not everything though. Right now in the game it is very limited in the sense of defense. So in POE1 I used to build character that kind of like face tank everything in the game, including like all boss move or like boss slam, things like that. But in POE2 it's just impossible. Even in maps, because of the options for defense is very limited, so we kind of still need to move away from a lot of stuff. But I don't think there is any other playstyle that can be lazier than this one. We literally just stand in the middle and clears everything around the character. It feels pretty nice. That one, by the way, the mana burn thing, the blue circle, if you see it from afar, you have two choices. Number one is you go immediately to it and you dodge roll into the middle of the circle, because the edge of a circle is what is going to burn your mana. If the edge touched you for like more than 1 second, you are pretty much guaranteed die in this build, because all of your HP is actually just your mana. You don't have life, you don't have energy shield. Everything that you take is onto your mana, and that burn mana thing is going to just directly counter the character. Okay, this guy... Okay, so they have the block, so that is why they didn't take the damage. Okay, this is a rare. Let me see. On rares, by the way, on bosses you might need to do more, but on rares you can either just wait a little bit, or if it is in the middle of a pack of monster, pretty much it's just going to be like guaranteed death immediately with all the spark that's going on all around. As you can see, pretty smooth, tier 15, no problem. So overall I would say this is a very successful build. And here we get the boss. This boss, by the way, maybe I should not choose to do a map boss on this showcase, but I would show the weakness of the builds as well. So this boss has no... I think it is the X1 boss, I do believe. Yeah, it is. So this guy doesn't have any like nearby monster. So if you fight him by yourself, you have to play like a normal Spark build, pretty much. And the arena is very bad, so you and you cannot lure him out, so there's no cheese there, so just need to fight him like a Spark build, pretty much. I'm not having a secondary setup for for just single target. I think I should have a weapon swap setup for single target. You don't need to have like specific skill tree or anything. Okay. This guy actually spawned some ads, so it does help a little. Anyway, if you have some extra currency, it is very easy. You can have a weapon swap setup with a wand and either the Mahu Zoto shield for a lot of mana, or like a focus with mana spell damage level to spell skill gem, those kind of thing. Just like a normal Archmage build, you are going to have a lot more damage. And single target is not going to be a problem. We all know how strong the Archmage characters are, right? So for bosses, it's not good. But still, I think it is a good trade-off. I think it is worth it to exchange the playstyle for power. At least it is very, very worth it to me. Let me just check this one. Okay, I will just sell one and just bring back the... Ooh. Okay, let's use that, and we have a little bit more inventory slot. So let's clear the rest of the map. I am going to fine-tune this build a little bit more, and then I will make a build guide video. But I think I will link the Mobalytic link in the description. It is not going to be a finished product, but it is going to have the like basic things. It will have the basic gem setup. It will have the skill tree. So if you want to, have a template to work on, then you can have that. Let me just finish this map real quick. There is only one rare monsters left, and okay, another mana burn one. But as you can see, if you don't panic and just move right into the middle, there's not going to be a problem. If you panic and let it chase you, and you move at pretty much the same speed, alright, it is just going to burn down your mana in like less than 2 seconds. So yeah, that's everything, guys. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. Okay, roughly, this is not a build guide, but roughly I will go through the basic stuff. This is the ascendancy. We are taking thaumaturgical infusion and enhanced effectiveness, and obviously the notes before. Thaumaturgical infusion. Fucking wording. It allowed me to actually have a bunch of maximum resistances, and right now I am choosing to have a lot of maximum fire resistance. I do think fire resistance is the most important. I do think that currently in the game, the amount of dangerous thing that are fire damage is way more than any other types of damage. So you can balance it out like on your liking. Right now I am having a lot of red gems, so it gives me a lot of fire resistance. By the way, I just buy random fail corruption 6-link gems on trade. They are normally like 30, 40 to 50 exalt, so these can allow me to add a bunch of extra gems into it. The fact is, my active spark that I use for bossing right now is also a failed 6-link. It has -1 level from corruption, so this is 40 exalt. If you have more budget, obviously you can easily get like a actual level 19, level 20 gems with 6-link. It's just a matter of currency, right? So right now the setup is still very, very budget. Even though you see a lot of 6-link here, they are all very cheap. This one I sniped for 1 divine. It's very cheap. It's uncorrupted, but it's conductivity. So it's just a curse. It's not the main source of damage. Anyway, this is the skill tree. We go all the way here. We grab the attribute because we stack a bunch of intelligence. Why do we stack intelligence? Because we stack mana for Archmage. Intelligence gives me 4 mana per intelligence. So every single 30 intelligence, which is a normal roll on a ring, a amulet, an item, is giving me like 120 mana. So it is as good as a actual mana roll. So yeah, just stack a bunch of intelligence, attribute here, grab the lucky damage lightning rod node here, insanely strong for lightning damage. And then we go out, we grab the Phrasold here, very good as well. It gives shock things, so shock is damage. We need shock to even trigger the staff. We go all the way here, grab all the nodes as intelligence, and then we every single dual socket is very, very important. I will go into them later. We grab chaos inoculation, so we don't have to worry about chaos damage. Invocated efficiency, well, this is just very efficient for damage, so you can grab it later on. But I will move on here, grab all intelligence here, go all the way and grab mind over matter. And adverse growth is going to give you some extra mana recoup. This is going to be mana regen, it's going to be recoup rate, it's going to be regen rate, so mana recovery rate here, very good. And then you can go this way and grab all the stuff here. Eldritch Battery, the Arcane Intensity is very good, Raw Mana is very good, and then Branching Bolt here is very, very nice as well. Taking these 3 nodes give me 100% chance to chain, so my Spark is going to chain once, and yeah, that's about it. It basically hit 2 targets instead of 1, which is very nice. And other than that, I am getting this one. So basically the skill tree, you would like to go around all the way. Grab the keystone first, then grab the keystone second, and then you fill out the rest of everything else on the skill tree. For the next couple levels, I will take this one, Chance to Shock, and then Power Conduction. Very, very nice. Let me just invite this guy because yeah, 1 divine is nothing to sneeze at.
Hey.
Let's just make this straight. So that is basically the skill tree. For the gear, it's also quite simple. Let me actually find the item. I'm not even sure if he is going to sell. Yeah, he is still buying. He's just accepting another one. Cool. Okay, cool. So for gear, obviously Earthbound Staff for the Autospark. We want to use a Morio Invictus, ideally with attribute and mana. I think this is the best one for as much mana as possible. You can get resistances if you want to go for more budget. You can get spirit if you want to have additional spirit for additional reservation. I think that is going to be very nice as well. But personally, I think attribute and mana is going to be good. And this one I bought corrupted already. It gives me 15% of damage taken recoup as mana, which is something extra. I don't think we rely that much on recoup, even though I have 96% of damage taken recoup as mana. But because recoup happened over 8 seconds, so it's actually not that, reliable all the time. And if you are on full mana, the recoup is removed. So that is a pretty bad thing. Anyway, it's just still pretty nice. I think in order to sustain a lot of damage, it is still going to help you in some situation. So I still go pretty heavily for recoup, but you don't need this particular corruption. All right. All the recoup that you need is 20% from the skill tree, as I mentioned earlier, and then the Midnight Break for additional 50% to corrupted here, 61%. I think you can have 62, by the way. I'm not sure, 100%. Maybe 61 is the maximum. But 50% is enough. Just get a normal one. Then the other thing, we can have Killjoy for double on-kill effect, which double the spark trigger. For other gear, just get mana resistances. On Amulet, try to get at least 40 spirit. That is required because you need to have Archmage, which is the 100 spirit. And then at the very least, Arctic Armor for 30 spirit. I would like to have additional 10 for Clarity, which is 30% mana regeneration rate, which is an additional 10 spirit. So 140 is the minimum I would go for. This has it. On the Amulet, try to get percent increased mana as well. That is much stronger than the other one. For the helmet, just try to get mana and resistant as much energy shield as possible because it is also mana with the average battery. And intelligent is very good as well. Other than that, the gear is kind of the same on every single slot. On boots, obviously, movement speed is very good, so go for it. I am having a lot of resistances with this setup, so yeah, Other than that, is there anything else that I want to talk about? Okay, so the charm used the freeze immunity. I think that is the best one for this build because when you got frozen, it actually is a very long time. It is way more serious than being stunned. So I am choosing to use this one. You might choose to use the stun immunity as well. Just choose whatever you feel like is the best. All right. Other than that, I think okay on the skill. Arctic Armor is going to trigger on melee hit, so it will also trigger Mana Flare on critical. So I have Ambush, so enemies on full life, they hit me for the first time, they take the damage from Arctic Armor for the first time, they have a very high chance to get crit. I also have Inevitable Crit in here, so the crit chance is even higher, and Conduction for more chance to shock. So this is normally the first step of being AFK. You trigger the Arctic Armor damage, and you trigger the Mana Flare for additional damage. This Mana Flare scale off of your mana, by the way. 20% of current mana. It consumes it to deal damage as fire. All of this damage is not lightning, but they are spells. So they are benefiting from Archmage, so they get a lot of extra lightning damage, and so we can shock. That is the reason why this setup works. And when they shock, when they get killed, they will trigger the spark. This is the spark from the staff. So far I don't see anyone have a level 20. Level 20 should have the 6th link on the spark, but you know, level 19 I think is the highest level right now. I haven't seen any level 20 ever. And on the offhand, by the way, if you don't go for a wand and focus or wand and shield setup for single target, you should go for Dust Visual or another Earthbound. Why? Well, because we want more skill slot to put in more support gem for more maximum fire resistant or maximum resistances. The Archmage is going to be linked to Clarity and Lightning Mastery. Spark here for single target use. It's not even like very good links. It's just like spammable pretty much. Lightning exposure, so it expose. Strip away, so expose better. Inspiration for less mana. Arcane Tempo, faster casting. And Overcharge for more shock. So this is not even very good damage link. As you can see, this damage is pretty shit. Look at the number. The best support link is on Spark here, Control Destruction. Consider casting. A lot more damage. Acceleration and Persistent, very good for Spark. And other than that, the other stuff, I think I should mention Conductivity. That is the last important gem. Impending Doom, it has Doom Blast, so it triggered based on your 15% of your current mana, so this also is an additional mana scaling damage, so you can use it. It's just something extra, it's not going to be your main source of damage. Heightened Curse, for more curse effect, obviously. Burning Inscription. Burning Inscription actually also deals damage based off of your mana, so it is, again, some additional damage. Not the best, but something extra. Spell Echo is very nice because if you cast this one once, the second cast is going to replace the first one, so you will immediately have Hex Blast, not Hex Blast, but you immediately get the Impending Doom to proc, and you immediately get the Burning Inscription to proc as well. So you will, yeah, on one cast you will have both of these trigger with Spell Echo. Modified effect from AoE. For Aura Storm, Neuro Overload and Electrocute, so sometimes you will electrocute the bosses. And Font of Mana, because you want the mana regen. And Overpower for no real reason really, because I just want an additional support gem in here, and this one actually does something. And then for Mana Tempest, Unbreakable, Murderous Intent, Premeditation, and Wind Wave. These are literally a very limited amount of support gem you can put into this gem. I don't even use it often. Not even on boss fight, because it drains the mana very, very quickly, and yeah, as you can see, the more mana I use, the more it drains, so I am very cautious in using this spell. Normally, I would just try to move out of it and then regen mana, because mana is health, right? So yeah, that is everything I have about this build, so let me know what you think, and I will make an additional video like going in depth into the build guide, how to choose gear, you know, what to go for on passive, on skills, everything. And stay tuned for that. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy, and leave a like, subscribe, and see you in this one. Peace.